The Sabres draft class of 2022 featured Mats Lindgren taken 106th overall, and from a blue line position, you have excelled offensively, Mats. Where did that aspect of your game come from?
I think it all started in Sweden, where I grew up. They focus a lot on skills there and edge work kind of development. So I just remember almost 5 days a week there for an hour about that. So we'd just do edges back and forth, and then we'd always finish it off with a game, which made it fun. So that was huge. Probably did that for about 6 years. And then I moved over to Canada with my family, and there was this thing called open ice at North Shore Winter Club where I played. And me and my dad would go on there, and we went on for about like 5 years, probably 5 days a week for about like an hour and a half every day. So that was huge for my development, and we just worked on skills, stick handling, kept working on that skating aspect, because I think it's less of that in North America. So we kept that going, and those few years was when my game really took off.
That's a lot of time invested in developing skills. How many years were you in Sweden and playing?
I was there for 11 years. When my dad retired, as a family, we moved back to Skellefteå, his hometown, and we lived there for about 5 years. And then he was coaching the SHL team up there, and then we moved down to Stockholm, the capital, and lived there for about 6 years, where he was coaching another SHL team. So I spent a lot of time there, and my sister was born there as well.
Amazing. Let's dive into some plays and talk about your experiences in Kamloops and what we're seeing on a play like this that really kind of showcases your game and skill set. What do you see?
I think it's just me playing my game, like just being offensive, jumping into the play, just doing all the things that makes me the player I am, I think. So every game I go into, I try to add all these elements to my game, and I just working on to be more consistent with it. So
obviously it's a pretty tight space there. How much work do you put on your shot and the quickness of the release and the velocity and all that?
Yeah, I think I work a lot on just accuracy a lot in the summers. You got this shooter on the net, and then you just try to pick a corner. So I think that's something I really work on. I'm still trying to get my shot harder and with some more steam on it, but I think my accuracy is really good.
Your dad played in the NHL. What advice does he give you on that front as far as shooting and strength and things like that?
I think he was a little bit of a late bloomer in the physical aspect as well, so I'm not too worried about that, but I'm just trying to do my best to kind of eat as much as I can and follow like meal program and everything, and just work as hard as I can in the gym. And I think over time it's just gonna come. So
when you look at a play like this and how down low you get, and then make that, that directional play, change of direction, how does this kind of emphasize maybe some of the skill set you were talking about, practicing all the time when you were in Sweden, just those quick decisions and change of direction?
Yeah, I think this play shows all the hours I put in kind of doing this, and just shows how comfortable I am on my edges and able to make those moves in those tight areas. So
how often would you say that a shot like this is, a shot opportunity like this is presented to you in the course of the game? Like, how often are you jumping down? How often are you getting pretty close to a one-on-one look with the goal?
Yeah, I think almost as much as I can. I always try to read the play, and if I'm able to jump in, I jump in, but I think it has a lot to do also with how your team plays. So in this play, I just joined the rush, and then I saw the puck in the corner and picked it up, and then just let my creativeness take over.
How about a play like this, as far as if you can remember it? I mean, the fact that you're the guy that is on the breakaway here, at what point, and maybe where that the camera doesn't pick up, are you thinking, this is my opportunity to be the one and only guy to get this puck?
I was actually coming out of the penalty box, so I was kind of thinking about it before, even like, okay, if I get a breakaway here, what am I gonna do? So I basically did what I was thinking, which was trying to deke the goalie, and I was able to. I think my skating's pretty good, so I was able to create some space between this guy checking me. So yeah, it was good.
So when I see something like that, I think of, defensemen being asked to take part in shootouts and things like that. How comfortable are you in those one-on-one situations?
I think pretty comfortable, just with me doing all these skills for so long and just working on it all the time. My dad was a forward, so I do a lot of that stuff, so I'm really comfortable with it. I think that's my favorite part of the game, is being creative and creating offense and just having fun and letting my skill take over.
When you started by stressing all of the development years in Sweden, I'm wondering if you've noticed a change in how coaches over time are really pushing their defensemen, encouraging their defensemen, be the transitional force, be the offensive catalyst. Have you noticed that, and is that what allowed you to be what you are now?
Yeah, for sure. I think that kind of part of the game has just developed so much more now lately. Like it wasn't before, and back in the day it wasn't like that. You were kind of staying back and just protecting the goal, I think. But I think as time has gone on, there's more defensemen like Makar, Hughes, McAvoy, Dahlin, Owen Power. You see these guys, so that's the player I want to be. That's what I'm striving for. So just got to keep working, and I just got to trust all the work I put in.
Did you have any other hockey heroes growing up?
Yeah, Quinn Hughes for sure. I live in Vancouver, so watch him a lot.
What about from, I was going to say your dad's homeland, but it's also your homeland too in Sweden.
All I know is I've always worn the number 27, and I don't know why, but I really like this player in Skellefteå, and my dad coached. His name was Martin Lundberg, and I don't know, I've stuck with it ever since. I don't know why, I just think maybe it looks good. I don't know why, but I've just always wore it.
Best piece of advice your dad has given you over the years?
Probably like do it for yourself, not for anybody else. So he's always pushing me to get better, but I always do it for myself, and I have my end goal of being the best defenseman in the NHL. So I think just doing your best, and he always told me, like, if you want something and you work for it, like, you'll get it. Just eventually it'll all pay off.
Well said. Can't wait to see the future with you.
Thank you so much.